5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is Meteorologist Steve Horstmeyer. Still pushing a few buttons. Took me a little while to get out of the studio after the 6 to 7 o'clock show. So I'll be with you here in just a couple of seconds. But we still have some showers, some claps of thunder in the area. No severe weather, and the news is still really good for the weekend. I'll be back with you in just a second here. Oh, I must have typed it wrong. That's what usually happens. Okay. Da, 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 da. All right, everybody. We're almost logged into the weather computer. This is our time lapse from our camera at Newport on the Levee, starting at 2:17 p.m. So let's see here. I can't do anything with it until the computer lets me log in. So we're waiting for the login to say okay. But overall, we do still have good news for the weekend. All right, here we go. Let's take a look at that time lapse, and you'll see what's gone on through the day in the afternoon. Cloud cover, some darker clouds, some rain shower activity. As a matter of fact, you can see some rain moving in right there. And actually, the streets are pretty wet in downtown Cincinnati, and already a clearing trend heading on into the tri-state. So basically what we've got coming our way is some very, very good weather behind the system. This, unlike the system that came through and stayed a week, this one is out of here tonight. Tomorrow morning is going to be kind of chilly, so take that into account here. And when you see the numbers, you'll know that. But overall, here's another time lapse for you. This is from our tower cam. And you've got a wider view there, and you can see the clouds just kind of going in all directions. And there you see showers every once in a while move across the landscape. And I've always liked time lapses. Here is what we've got now on our radar screen. There were 2 flood advisories in effect a short time ago. One was for southern Pendleton County. That has expired. One was for northern Adams County. That, too, has expired around the tri-state. And if we take a look at the radar loop with satellite on it, you can see the rainfall just kind of falls apart. Notice how it's now beginning to push to the south. So what happened was, as the cold front was coming our way, southwesterly winds made the rain develop here. And now that the cold front's pushing southward, the winds out of the north are pushing the rain off to the south. And it won't be long before we begin to get some clearing. And by tomorrow morning, clear and chilly around the tri-state. And again, we had a couple of, we haven't been able to find any more information up, but they reported a couple of water rescues down in southern Pendleton County and in Milan, Indiana. There were a couple spots where the water was crossing the road temporarily, but that's it. Nothing else going on with this flooding. And you can see what's coming our way right there north of that blue line. That's the weekend weather. So it starts tomorrow, lasts through Mother's Day. We've got great, great weather on the way for the tri-state. Now, if you happen to be going down to TQL Stadium to see FC Cincinnati play, they're playing Austin FC. Looks like temperatures in the upper 60s for the March, for the kickoff, mid to low 60s, and then upper 50s as you begin to head out of the stadium and head home. Beautiful weather for soccer, not only for the fans, but also for the players. And then for Mother's Day, of course, it's important to have a great Mother's Day, and it's going to be a good one here. 9 a.m. 65, by 3 p.m. up to 75. Lots of sunshine with a few clouds. Should be a great, great day for Mother's Day. Don't forget to tell Mom you love her and to give her a kiss. Okay, here is what the model said. It said by 8:30 p.m. Now, it's actually moving along faster, and the rain is falling apart faster than this model says. But watch, it just pushes off to the south. The rain does. Here comes the clearing. Notice that a lot of the clearing already almost passed Interstate 71 by 1 a.m., and then as we stop the clock again around 7 a.m., you can see skies are mostly clear. And look at those temperatures. You've got 42 up in the Connersville area, so that would hold for Liberty, for College Corner, 43 in Batesville and in Brookville, according to this model, 43 in Hillsborough. Some of the models have some of those temperatures down in the upper 30s, just cold enough for a tinge of frost. Not a killing frost, shouldn't be an issue, but that's why we were always talking over the last few weeks, hey, don't plant those tender plants, put them outside permanently until past Mother's Day, and after that, there's a 97% chance of not seeing any kind of frost anymore. Okay, so as we head through the day Friday, just lots of sunshine and temperatures back up into the 60s. As of 7 p.m., temperatures at local airports were mostly in the 60s. You have Richmond, Washington Courthouse, and Chillicothe in the 50s. Now, they're north of the warm front, so they're in the cooler air, that's why. Sunset today at 8:38. We're looking at 62 right now at the International Airport, dropping off to double nickels. Good buddy, by 11 p.m. And then overnight, look for temperatures to drop into the low 40s. Now, with the wind out of the northeast at 8 tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., probably about the same at 7 a.m., we're looking at wind chills just in the upper part of the 30s. So if you're heading out and you're going to be out for a while, especially if you're going to the fallen Hamilton County Sheriff Deputy who was killed just a few days ago, and you're going to pay your respects to him along the procession route, you want to make sure you bundle up. It'll be pretty chilly in the early morning hours with those wind chills in the upper 30s. Now this model shows everything going off to the south again. Now watch what happens as we stop the clock at 6:30 a.m. It's got Batesville and Hillsborough in the upper 30s, so there will be a number of spots with temperatures in the upper 30s in the morning and wind chills a little bit cooler than that. Now, the Climate Prediction Center says from the 14th to the 18th of May, we're going to be warmer than normal. Same thing from the 16th to the 22nd. Now, the warmer than normal weather begins to ease up a little bit, so not quite as warm through the 22nd. However, I'll show you what we've got coming up in all of our numbers here. And then this is the graphic that gets updated during the day tomorrow, so we'll have the latest on that for you at 7:15. May 21st to June 3rd, warmer than normal. Wetter than normal by a little bit through the 18th, a little bit wetter than normal through the 22nd, and near normal through the 3rd. And this is also the graphic that gets updated tomorrow. Weeks 3 to 4 only get updated once a week. So here's a 7-day forecast. Look for a low tonight, a 42, high tomorrow, 64, 43 and 70 on Saturday. Saturday FC Cincinnati plays. 50 and 75 for Mother's Day. Gorgeous Mother's Day out there. Clouds increase again Monday. We're back up into the 70s Tuesday and Wednesday with both days the chance for some showers and spotty showers on Thursday with a high of 80. When we go to beyond the 7-day, we are talking about high temperatures for a couple more days in the 80s, then slowly cooling off into the low 70s or slightly below normal on the high temperature side, and we do have a showery pattern developing around the tri-state. All right, and then when we go to the graph that shows you all 14 days on one graph, there you see the highs and the lows. Compare those to normal, and you can see that we go from the 80s, those 3 days there, which on the high side, warmer than normal to a little bit below normal by the 22nd. The low temperatures also cool off, but they stay warmer than normal through that stretch of time. And then the takeaway then from this particular forecast is we still have chilly mornings tomorrow morning and Saturday. Could be a few pockets of frost in rural valleys, north of the city mainly. Mother's Day looks really nice. Warm and showery weather coming in after Mother's Day. And then we eventually do cool back off, and then good weather for your lawn and for your garden around the tri-state. Okay, now we're going to take a look at Facebook, see if anybody's got any comments or questions. And what we'll see here is Ruth Cornelius Pike. She says, where is this? I'm assuming you mean the weathercast. The weather that you're watching, Ruth, is from Fox 19, WXIX TV here in Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, so I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing. Stephen Bryce Campbell, are we done with severe thunderstorms until June and July? Nah, I can't say that. Doesn't look like anything in the next 2 weeks, but we can't say that because it's that time of year. So we could have some more, but we don't see any in the immediate future. Susan Wally says, "Hope your flowers are growing, Steve." Yeah, my front yard. I've got hundreds of flowers ready to. Their buds are out. The leaves are opening. They're ready to bloom anytime now. They're doing great because they're in the sun when there's sun out. Hello to Debbie Holt. Brenda Webb says her tomatoes love this weather. Her not so much. Yeah, tomatoes love moist weather. They actually particularly love cool nights and nice sunny afternoons. Joshua John says he is watching from Florida. Well, hello, Joshua. Hope Florida's treating you well. Hope the weather down there is great. And then Susan Wally. Oh, yeah. She said she's going to have to bring her baby chicks in with temperatures dropping into the 30s. And again, it won't be for hours on end, Susan. It'll be for a short time. And I don't know what temperature requirements baby chicks have, but I'm sure 30 is a little bit too cold for them. But that's probably a good idea, not only overnight tonight, but tomorrow night into Saturday morning also, because both days we have lows around the around the low 40s. But just because of the way things vary, especially in rural areas and in valleys and that, you'll have probably upper 30s again on Saturday mornings. That's probably a good idea. Tina Nepple says, Nashville, Tennessee, she's watching from that, and they got hail here and strong, hard rain. Hey, I don't know if you watch TV weather down there, but Katie Morgan used to work here at Fox 19 in Cincinnati. So if you want to watch somebody that really knows her stuff and is a great chief meteorologist, Katie Morgan down there in Nashville is the person to watch. Casey Wood Crawley said the track meet was postponed at Holmes. Think it will clear out soon. It's not going to clear out so much right now. But she wants to know if it's going to clear out by 8 p.m. Probably, let's see, well, that's only a half hour away. So let's quickly check radar again, Casey. I was a track runner, and I hated when they had to, because you get yourself all fired up to get there and race, and then they have to call it. So it's no fun for anybody, especially the people that are watching and spent their time to get over there and watch it. Okay, let's see here. Down at Holmes High School. And there was some lightning and thunder out there, too. I don't know why it's taking so long for the radar to come up here, but it just took forever. Okay, so you can see it behind me here. Yeah, I think by 8 o'clock you'll be okay. Let me zoom in, do a little box zoom here. Okay, and you can see that the lightning part of it is pushing off to the south and gone. So there's no lightning anymore. By 8 o'clock, you should be okay. There might be some light showers, but there won't be any lightning out there, and that's the dangerous part. So the lightning looks to be gone, maybe still a lingering shower, but you should be okay. If the track meet can get started at 8 o'clock and they can get the whole thing in, then you should be fine, because that's the end of it right there. And so I'm thinking at Holmes High School, you should be okay by 8 o'clock. All right, let's go ahead and see what else we got here on Facebook. Jeffrey Pointer says, I guess we can mow the grass and open the pool by mid-June. Yeah, probably before that, but if the weather didn't settle down, you're not going to have any time to do either, and the grass is going to be 5 feet tall. Okay, so then let's see. I just missed it. And then Connie Perkins wants to know, any rain tonight or tomorrow in Warsaw? For the next couple of hours, let's see. I'm looking at radar once again here. No, I think in the next 20 minutes, the chance of rainfall ends in Warsaw, and then you'll be okay right on through the weekend. So Casey said, thanks. You're welcome, Casey. Thanks for watching. Okay. Okay, so then let's see. Karen Harney Barnett says, when's your last day? Well, right now we had a discussion about the day. It looks like the 28th of August. Okay. Yeah, and I've been doing this now for 48 years, and it's just time to settle down and take it easy for a while, because I've been running on. I've been running at full speed for 48 years, it seems. So yeah, and thanks for letting me know you hate to see me go, but I'm going to stay on as a fill-in for Fox 19. So whenever there's like a vacation or a sickness or something, I'll come in and help them out with the weather. So we'll have 2 retired fill-ins. Jeff Creighton has been doing it, and you'll see him again this weekend. And then I'll be back. I kept telling Jeff, because we lost 2 people in weather, and Jeff filled in a lot. And I told him we were going to throw him an unretirement party. But we've got another new person starting in the middle of June, and that'll take care of that. So, all right, well, that's it. Let me hit the 7-day forecast again really quick. If you join me late, you can see what the 7-day looks like. And for those of you that are, let me see what I've got on the screen here. You can see the radar there. You can see all the rains pushing off to the south and east. The only lightning is still out in the eastern part of Claremont County, and then the rest of that has no lightning in it. It's pushing to the south, so Warsaw is going to be rain-free for any time now. In Holmes High School, it won't be long. Holmes High School will be rain-free, and the lightning threat has ended. And you can see nothing else coming in. All that stuff that's off to the northwest is heading due south and will not impact the Cincinnati area. So let me get back to that 7-day forecast. Okay, it's coming up here. It just takes a long time to load because a lot of our stuff's on the cloud now, and it just, depends on how fast the internet is and all that. So here's your 7-day forecast. Low tonight, 42, high tomorrow, 64. We're looking at clearing and cooler weather through the day tomorrow. Should be great. Now, tomorrow morning, low 40s with wind chills in the upper 30s, so keep that in mind if you're going to be out for a while. 43 and 70 on Saturday. Beautiful weather for TQL Stadium and for FC Cincinnati. Mother's Day looks like a few clouds. Otherwise, great weather for Mom's Day. Monday, the clouds increase. We've got showers back in here Tuesday, a few lingering showers Wednesday, maybe a few more on Thursday, with high temperatures warming up to around the 80-degree mark. So that's it. Thank you for joining me. Have yourself a nice evening. I'll be back tomorrow at 7:15, and we'll do this again. We can talk in more detail about Mother's Day weekend, of course, and we can talk more about what happens next week as we head toward the end.